All right, Dgenz Crypto Daily, episode 17, coming right back in a minute.
Dgenz Crypto Daily. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Dgenz Crypto Daily. That's right. Dgenz Crypto Daily. Let's go. Dgenz Crypto Daily, news in the code. Riding on the blockchain, heavy with the load. Lambo dreams are dying, rugs are in the air. Chart gave us a meaning to the trading everywhere. Real Bitcoin's on the moon, and Ether's on fire. Holders in the storm, lifted higher and higher. With chart in the lead, watch the candles glow. Crypto's in the fast lane, never gonna hit them slow. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, that's the key. Stay up on your game now. Trading is wild and free. DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flow. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free. Farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flow. Velo to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping cause fortunes are overnight. Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Fortunes you can see. All those diamonds, digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.
All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. It's Dgenz Crypto Daily, episode number 17. And this really nice Sunday, actually. It is about 15 degrees, something like that. It's definitely cooler here, but I don't know where you are, but I can definitely see fall coming around. So I feel the winds of change. So Sunday usually doesn't mean there's a lot of crypto activity. We do normally have a few things we need to talk about on a Sunday. But before we start, just a reminder to everyone, if you haven't had a chance to follow me on Twitter, here's your opportunity to do that right now. Stay up to date, all the crypto matters, and follow our sister account, DJ's NFT, which is our NFT community. If you're looking to join, it's I think like 0.03 Sol for NFT just to get full access. Also, as a reminder, we are partnered with Bluefin, a really good exchange, upcoming exchange in the crypto industry. If you are looking to hang out with us and take our calls and fundamental analysis that we usually provide in the stream, use this referral link, log in, and be a part of our journey with Bluefin. They have a lot of tokens that you can trade, as you can see right there. Bitcoin, obviously, Ethereum, flux. Dogs is really popular right now. Suncoin, Syscoin, Mother as well, which we can short like crazy. So yeah, give us a referral link, and let's win this bull run together. Normally, I start off with looking at the news, but I don't think we have too much to look at today. It's the same thing with most of the stuff we already talked about. Bitcoin dropping a little bit. Ripple co-founder actually endorsed Kamala Harris. I think also there was an article about Ripple issuing a stablecoin on their network, so something to keep an eye on. But for the most part, everything we already talked about. So in this case, let's look at what can we expect from Bitcoin, right? Because I think we're going to see a weekly close really, really soon. So in about 10 hours. So what can we see from here? We have 2 weekly bearish candles in a row, which means we're most likely going to end this way. Probably won't get too much traction. And the following candle is most likely going to be another bearish candle to 48, I think. Just because it just makes sense. Everything happens in 3s, 5s, or 7s, right? So we have, these bearish momentum waves, and I think we're most likely going to get another candle, so weekly candle to touch down to 48, and then we have the green light to go further up, just like that. What I'd like to see is some green volume come in at 48,000. So we're keeping an eye on the volume. You want that green volume like this right here to come in and reverse everything that we see. Also, keep an eye on the average volume, right? So the average volume line should indicate the strength of the volume. For example, here we thought for sure we're stopping at whatever that was, 48,000. We're going to keep going, right? But unfortunately, that didn't last much, right? So we had a couple of nice moves, and then we went straight down. So we talk about September being bearish. We hope that it's not going to continue to stay bearish to the point where, it will be very difficult for us to get out of this funk. Let's share and see the current outlook on Bitcoin. So right now, September has been a 7.57 reduction in price compared to last year's 3.9 increase. Now, if you look at what's following September, it's all of October, November, December. You can see there's a really, really big month coming up in October, right? If we look at the returns quarterly, right? So we can see that Q3 is about minus 13, just like last year, minus 11.54, right? Most of these quarters, unless you're in a bull run year like 21 up 25, or I guess this will be an outlier year, because if you look at 17, it was 80%, which is amazing, right? But then 16 was down year, 15 was down year, right? 13 was the bull run year, right? So you can see that off years are not good in Q3. Bull run years are really, really good. Now let's see off years Q4, right? So essentially we're looking at 2020, which is 168%, right? And then 2016 is 58%. And then we couldn't see 2012, but you get my point. The point is that off year quarter fours are really, really strong. So we're approaching that right now, right? So, even though people on social media right now, we're going to be saying that, we're going to be super bearish, we're going to see 30,000 again, just you can't believe them because the stats are in front of us, right? They're right here. They tell us a story. So quarter four is going to be really, really bullish for us. How bullish, we don't know. But then we see that the bull run years are amazing. Like 2017, look at that right there, right? 2013, only one quarter was bad. The rest of them were amazing. 2021, again, one quarter, which is quarter two, was terrible. And then the rest of them were amazing. So really, really lots of positives to look forward to coming up. Okay. So that's Bitcoin. Now, what is the dominance doing? Because that's kind of important, right? And we talked about dominance again many, many times. We're going to talk about it even more. You want this dominance to fall, right? You want it to fall and fall and fall down to 40%. It is almost at this resistance, the weekly resistance of 365 EMA. This is the 200 EMA. So that's kind of like our barrier. So resistance, support, right? So resistance and support. And we want this dominance, I guess you can call it price action, to fall to the support, maybe, get this little bounce here and then go down. Then we can have a bull run and an all season and all the good that comes with it. And again, if you haven't seen my other streams, what I do is I'm talking about these momentums that carry us into the bull run, And so is there a possibility it stops right here and then we get a short bull run? Sure, but I don't think that's going to happen. Like I mentioned before, the reason for that is because I think as more and more tokens come into play, they take away all the liquidity from Bitcoin, right? And so I think we have an enormous amount of tokens now into crypto. And so as long as the liquidity stays dormant or flat, this dominance, when alt starts to go, it's going to just free fall, right? Because the liquidity is going to move away from Bitcoin. It's going to go into altcoins. Now, if everything is going at the same time, liquidity is being pushed into the marketplace, then yeah, we can definitely see the liquidity stay up here. Like the dominance for Bitcoin will stay up here as liquidity is going into alts and Bitcoin at the same time. And then we can maybe see a pump out of that. But I truly believe, we're going to definitely see a reduction to 40%, and then maybe even further than that at some point. We'll keep an eye on this chart as well because it's super important. Total 3. Total 3 is that market cap of all altcoins that doesn't include ETH. Okay, so essentially it's saying the full market cap of all the altcoins, shitcoins, meme coins, whatever. And unfortunately, the more that are listed on CoinGecko and on like CoinMarketCap, the worse it is for this chart actually. Because essentially is it requires more liquidity to move it up, right? So if the liquidity is not being added into crypto and it's just money being moved around, then this chart is not going to go anywhere as more coins are being added, right? So as more coins are into the fold, we need to be adding more liquidity, outside liquidity, into crypto so for this to move up. If we're just rotating money in, it's just going to continue to go down. So that's important to know. Again, I do still think we're going to get a lot of liquidity coming up. It might be trickle-down liquidity where people that are owning, majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum are going to start to liquidate and move that capital into other projects, and that's when we have an uh, infusion of liquidity into mid majors and you know undervalued projects, especially with all this money coming in from investors straight into Bitcoin or just into ETFs, right? I think when people are liquidating ETFs, they're thinking of investing in other things, and so I think this is where we get a trickle down effect into alts. If you guys have any questions about anything, I'm going to remind you that you can easily just type in something here, just like that, okay? And I will see it on my stream, and I will definitely comment if I have the chance. All right. So we looked at that. It looks like we need to show strength here at this level, and I think we're doing that. I think we're doing a good job doing that, because right now we're producing this doji, which is unlike the Bitcoin chart, right? The Bitcoin chart is pushing downwards, where I think alts are actually gaining some traction here, right? Because they're producing this doji, even though it's a red doji, it's still a doji, which means there's equal amount of buyers and sellers. So that's kind of like an indifference candle. So we want to see the following candle actually rip up, because we're very close to these support EMAs, this being the weekly 200. And so this is why I think we're seeing a lot of alts actually turn positive today, right? We see Velo up another 5%, which is amazing. Opulus, I think, found some ground here. It's up 2.5%, which I'm going to go into in a second. Say is looking okay with 3.6%. Right, they're finding some ground, so that's good. All right, let me look at Opulus for a second, because I know some people have asked me about Opulus. So this is what I saw yesterday, and I was actually tweeting about it. I think we need to find the bulls to come in at these levels, right, to give Opulus some support. And so I think it's happening right now. I think we're getting some people to come in. I'm looking at this volume bar. It's still red. I think if we flip maybe to about 5.5 cents, we will turn this candle bullish, right? It will turn into this candle right here. And then, that would close green. Volume would be green. And then we will definitely have that reversal. Okay, so I think it's going to happen. What do I think about final price, for example, of Opulus? Okay, well, thanks for asking. So I've seen these setups turn really, really bullish really quickly. We are in this large formation. Okay, and normally, if I reverse that formation, it would look like this, right? So say price action would go, and then it will come down, and then it would do this, and then eventually go back up. So what I think is going to happen is actually exactly that. We're going to have bull price action come up, and then and out. Okay, I really do. And you can see by the resistances, right? So there's one resistance here at almost $1. I think that will be tested first. There's some here, what looks like about $2, maybe $2.15. And then we get to some strong resistances up here, right? Like almost $3. And then all-time high, right? this resistance right here at almost $6 is probably going to be tested if we're super bullish. So it all depends on the actual price action when we're in the bull run. If our first wave, initial wave, is straight to $1, then absolutely we're going to see that $6. Okay. So for example, if, let me remove these two. If we have this go straight to $1 and then come down, we'll get that. Because the initial wave is actually super important, like really, really important, because it sets the parameters for the rest of the waves, right? Remember the rules. Like wave 1 initiates the price action, and then we determine wave 3, which has to be either the biggest or the second biggest wave to push us further. So if wave 1 is pretty big, then wave 3 has to be just as big or bigger. Okay. And we can say that if this wave 1 is amazing, right, takes us to 1, wave 3 can take us probably 3, like up here around this area. And then we can say wave 5. So say we get some price action here, and then bam, to 6. Okay. So that would be like an ideal situation for me, right? Because I don't think asking Oculus to be $6 is a lot. If you look at Oculus, okay, it has a $21 million market cap, right? So $21 million market cap. Circulating supply is almost equal to total supply, which is amazing. So say, for example, we say we're fully diluted, right? 500 million times it by $6 is 3 billion. Do you guys feel like 3 billion is actually too much for Oculus? If you think so, then like we got to reduce our expectations for price action to be that high. Even if we say we get half of that, so 1.5 billion, that would take us to $3. Right, and we already talked about how $3 is not out of the world. So we'll be talking about, again, this area right here. Okay. So yeah, I think it's possible. I think you're given an amazing opportunity right now to buy, because these opportunities don't last too long. I'm going to refer to Harmony again, because it reminds me of Harmony so much. Okay, so this is what happened with Harmony. All right. Okay. And so we had this wave action just like this, right? So it's essentially doing this. And, it looked terrible right here, right? Just before the run. And you can see how long it took for us to get from, 0.005 to this level right here. 3 cents. What? 5 weeks? 6 weeks? Right? So it's absolutely possible. And you got to just stay true to your convictions. Right? Because, again, these opportunities do not come along often. And you're going to hate yourself for missing out on, again, a triple bottom here on Oculus. Right? Complete triple bottom. Oh, jeez. There we go. There's your triple bottom. Okay. And so, yeah, really look into it. Last thing I want to talk about before we finish up for today is some D-pin projects. Okay. So D-pin has a market cap of 17 billion, way bigger than RWA. And volume for D-pin is still low, right? The ratio is pretty terrible if you ask me. It should be well over a billion, but it is not. I mean, that tells you that it is concentrated only on the top half of the projects. The volume is really traded in the top half. So if you look at every project by volume, I mean, obviously perpetuals help with that volume, but you can see that, you know, like BitTorrent went because TRX was moving. But then you look around and you go, all right, what else is there? Render obviously is a big player. The Graph, I think it was a big player, but I don't know if they're a big player anymore. Right? There's 62 ranked market cap already. We can keep going down. Holochain. I mean, I haven't really been a part of Holochain much lately to understand what's exactly happening with it. I know they were supposed to be releasing, I guess, self-housing internet boxes. I don't know where they are with that. If you understand what they're doing, just leave me a comment and I'll look into them. So we'll see what happens with it. Again, we're looking for volume market cap ratios, right? And something that looks decent, like NKN, 2.5 million volume, 49 million market cap. See, things like Track, I mean, it's a good project. I know it's a really good project, but really high market cap, and then it's got a 1.6 million volume. So, you know, does it have a lot of value left in it? That's my question, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, in this dumpster of tokens, you're going to try to find something that's a bit more valuable, so you can extract more value out of it. I mean, you can essentially pick any of these tokens and hope for the best, right? But again, as we talked about it, right, we have a $17 billion market cap, and the volume's only 655 billion, right? So where is this volume going to come from, and where is it going to go to? Is it going to be a situation where you'll have different categories go at different times? So liquidity will flow from, say, for example, RWA into DPIN, from DPIN into layer ones. That could happen for sure. But because we have so many DPIN projects listed, like so many, right? Like, where do you start? You know, like, look, I can keep going. Hundreds, right? And not all of them can do multiples. Not all of them can do 100x, 20x, 30x, right? Like, you got to really know what you're investing in, right? We talked about, for example, Dimitra, right? Really like Dimitra. I like D-Travel. I like that one as well. You know, the volume doesn't represent where they are. The volume comes, it's actually really, really good. But yeah, if you have a project you want me to specifically look into that's on the DPIN menu, please send them in the comments. I'll review them. I think that takes us to the end of the stream. Again, I thank you again for joining me every single day. And let's do this again tomorrow. How about that? See you guys tomorrow.
Dgenz Crypto Daily, news in the code. Riding on a blockchain, heavy with the load. Lambo dreams are dying, rugs are in the air. Chart gave us a meaning to the trading everywhere. Real Bitcoin's on the moon, and Ether's on fire. Holders in the storm, lifted higher and higher. With Chart in the lead, watch the candles glow. Crypto's in the fast lane, never gonna hit them slow.
Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Trading is wild and free.
DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping, cause fortunes are overnight.
Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see. Mining all those diamonds in digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.
DeFi farms are lush, staking's all the buzz. NFTs are flipping, got those pixels flipping. Wallet stacking yield, hash rates on the rise. Dgenz Crypto Daily, vision in your eyes. Bulls are on the charge, bears are laying low. Crypto roller coaster, markets have been flown. Fellow to the left, Bitcoin on the right. Crypto's never sleeping, cause fortunes are overnight.
Dgenz Crypto Daily, fortunes you can see.
Fortunes you can see.
Mining all those diamonds, digital harmony. Dgenz Crypto Daily, crypto, there's the key. Stay up on your game now. Charts got you wild and free.